Culture at Quiddity. Now, of the utmost important to building culture, we have our values, our core company values at Quiddity, as we can see below here. Quiddity creates these values by hiring the right people, by making sure that their employees are going to uphold these values. So first of all, the newsletter Quiddity has called The Buzz. It's a monthly update to all staff, and it creates a sense, ultimately it creates a sense of community. The Employee of the Month. So there's actually a monetary reward with Employee of the Month. They get a $100 voucher. Quiddity likes to reward proactive behavior to encourage employees to think outside the box and be innovative, like one of their core values. So since COVID, Quiddity has made the move to a work from home model. And of course, this can be quite tricky when it comes to maintaining culture, but I will take us through the many ways that Quiddity has been able to maintain a healthy culture. There's a Harvard Business Review that there's a few things that a company can do to avoid diluting their culture, and some of these practices are evident at Quiddity. Here we have the first one, Quiddity intranet. Basically, Quiddity intranet is like an iLearn for their business, and everyone stays really up to date with what's going on in the business. We have our calendar just below, so everyone is up to date with who's on leave and any company events that are coming up. So this is part of on the intranet platform. We have a photo board here. Basically, people can keep all their co-workers updated with their life events, as we can see in these photos. And this kind of acts as a way to replace the chat that we would have in the office, because that's something that people miss when they go to a working from home model. And more of that is seen here on this page, with recommendations and a virtual happy jar. They have some movies and TV shows they like. Yeah, just kind of your normal water cooler chats shared online. And another thing on that platform is also they do a trivia, riddles, and that's also there's prizes. I think a $25 voucher each week for the first person to answer correct. More ways that they maintain culture through their work from home model is that they have regular group training programs. So there's actually every 6 weeks they actually have training where they come together and they talk about how they're going. They share a win, they share some challenges, and they also remain updated with technological advances. And yeah, they do teamwork activities. They also meet up in person, and it's compulsory. They do it during work hours, so it's 3 to 5 p.m. on a Friday. And when we spoke to Jasmine about this, they were actually going bowling that Friday. Okay, so this is actually my favorite part of the Quiddity working from home model. So something that came up that comes up in studies about negative impacts of work from home model is the personal well-being of employees. So Quiddity has actually instilled a weekly tracking, we could say, of employee well-being and productivity. And so basically at the end of every week, they answer a series of questions that are kept the same every week. and they rate themselves from 1 to 10 on how they feel like they went that week. And all these results are, the data is kept, so we can see the trends, how they're feeling, and from that you can track exactly where their engagement decreases or increases. And employees are also made to be more aware of themselves and their own well-being. And all this is also seen by management, all of this data. So management is able to stay really up to date with how their employees are going with the workload, and also from their working from home environment. So some of the questions that they ask in tracking is they ask them about their mood, how's their mood during the week, how they thought their productivity was, how their motivation levels were, what they thought about their own time management, how they felt about their contribution and their goals and planning. And they rate all those things out of 10, and patterns are formed. And then whenever there's a downward trend, management will be notified and they will get on top of the problem before it even is a problem, really. So I find that really interesting. I really like that. That was really cool. Yeah. Good culture at Quiddity is clear to us through these indicators. Staff turnover correlates with the client turnover. Your employees in management roles, etc., they've all worked their way up from junior roles. Also see that there is a healthy culture through how much the staff engage with all these extra initiatives, the online platform, the Quiddity intranet. Everyone's very happy to engage. So in this, from the competing values framework, Quiddity is very much a part of the clan culture model. And so in this model on the side here, we can see that the means of from a clan model, means is cohesion, morale, and the ends is human resource development. So basically, in developing staff to the best of their abilities will meet the end, the goal, which is good morale. So the clan culture is basically, it's full of shared values and common goals, an atmosphere of collectivity and mutual help, empowerment and employee involvement, and evident in the culture, that we have also we've explored in the rest of this presentation. Clan culture positively relates to job satisfaction. So it's quite a healthy, it's a healthy structure for a company to instill. This is another model of the competing values framework, and Quiddity is under the group culture one just here. So yeah, it is evident that Quiddity has been able to instill the group clan culture from their work from home model through all of the initiatives that we've just explored in this presentation. So yeah, thanks for listening. That's the culture of Quiddity. Very exciting, very, very interesting.